at Meta. She is an expert on WhatsApp. Of course, being from Meta, she knows ins and outs of WhatsApp. She's the one who will be leading this session primarily today and letting you in on everything that you need to know about driving conversations on WhatsApp, about WhatsApp chatbots as well, and how you can set up your entire ecosystem on WhatsApp. I have seen Ekta speak. So no, I believe this is audible. If it is not, guys, do let me know, Prajnay and Ekta, if there is any issues. But yeah, I have seen Ekta speak on stage. I have seen Ekta speak in other webinars that we have done with Meta. And I'm sure that once she is done speaking, a lot of your questions will be answered. And then you can still ask your questions in the chat section, in the Q&A sections. We'll take them up, all of them, with Ekta, with Prajnay, with Rimjhim, our third guest, towards the end of the webinar. It's great that you have already started posting questions. We'll pick up all of them towards the end of it. And we also have our last speaker. I'll just add her. Give me 1 second. Participants. All right, cool. Yep. Next in the order for me is Prajnay. So Prajnay is the founder and CEO of Darkins Chocolate. I think that is going to interest a lot of you because very rarely in the world of SaaS and technology, you find somebody who makes chocolates. So Prajna is, I think, the fan and family and friend favorite in this entire cohort today because he's the one who treats us with chocolates. And Darkins, as far as I know about it, and I've heard it from Prajna directly, it is actually making chocolate. He has a he came on our podcast, the EOD show, with our CEO Ankit Jain very recently, where he talked about how what you have been considering as chocolate may not be exactly chocolate and why Darkins chocolate is actually what you should consume if you're looking to have the real flavors of chocolate. But there's that. And then, of course, we have Rimjhim Ray with us. Rimjhim is the group CMO of MyOperator and Heyo Phone and is also taking care of a lot of uh, WhatsApp related, marketing related, calling related activities. So she will be the one who will be able to tell you how exactly MyOperator WhatsApp business solutions are going to be in your favor when you want to run anything on WhatsApp. As I said earlier, the session will be very straightforward, led by Ekta initially. She will tell you all about WhatsApp, and then we'll have a few questions for Rimjim and Prajnit, followed by a Q&A session. So whatever questions you have, guys, you can put it up in the chat section, you can put it up in the Q&A section, and you can ask them to Rimjim directly, Prajnay, Ekta, or you can ask generic questions and we'll answer them for you. And with that, I think Ekta, I can let you take the stage. You can please present whatever you need to, the presentation for today. And I'll give.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sanad. It was a great introduction. Hello, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Today, I'm going to talk about business messaging, WhatsApp, and as Sanad mentioned, how WhatsApp journeys and conversations can be made in a very interesting and engaging ways so that you can get your customers or users to become your actual paying customers. So I'll start with a little context on why business messaging and why we are talking about WhatsApp today. So first of all, we all know that people are present on WhatsApp. So there are 2 billion active monthly users who are sending 100 million messages a day. But these could be people like you and me who are sending messages to our friends and family, wishing good morning in the family groups in the morning. Yes, you're right. But there are 175 million people who are communicating with a WhatsApp business account also every day. So not just with the friends and families, but they want to actually talk to the businesses, brands like yours on WhatsApp also. In mind that there is a huge opportunity globally, people are present on WhatsApp. People are talking to you for businesses, for buying. And now in India, there is a huge potential. We would go a little deeper into what WhatsApp ecosystem looks like. So there are three main parts of WhatsApp. So first is the consumer app, which you and me use every day for talking to friends and family. Then there is a small business app, which is a SMB app. This app is freely available on all the stores. You can just download from any of the Apple stores or Google stores. And if you are a very small business who is just starting your business, this is one of the good apps to transition from a consumer app to an SMB app. Now, if you think you have scaled a little, you want to grow more, then the business platform is the one, which is the WhatsApp Business API, is the solution which we would recommend you to use. What this API offers you, if you are scaling, it will help you in streamlining all your communications. You can do a lot of automations. And last but not the least, any of your technology stacks which are present. It could be a CRM, or it could be as small as there's a knowledge base, there is an FAQ which is present, there is an inventory, or you have a catalog which needs to be integrated. All of these things could be seamlessly integrated with WhatsApp Business API through this solution. So if you are at a scaled stage, we would recommend you to use the WhatsApp Business API. Coming to some of the journeys I brought in exclusively for this webinar, some of the interesting journeys which we have already seen. So this is the first journey.
मुझे पॉलिसी कॉपी चाहिए.
So this journey was very, very interesting because in India, there are a lot of audio messages which are being sent every day to communicate. So if you're not able to type, you can actually send your audio messages. The bot can read about it, ask for more information, and give you actually the copy of what was required and what was told on the audio. So which is why I wanted to show this specific journey. Coming to the next journey, which is Bangalore Metro. So now on Bangalore Metro, you can buy tickets on WhatsApp. There is a very simple journey which is baked in. So you have to buy the tickets. We need a QR ticket. You can choose from here. Either you want to share the location, you want to type the station name. Once you type the station name, you have to type the destination station. Once you confirm, this is your final itinerary. If you confirm, if you want to proceed or make any changes. Once you proceed, you can either pay through WhatsApp or you can pay online payment. You can choose any of those methods. And once you choose that method, you can actually, within the journey, you can make the payment. So this is WhatsApp Pay. This is a new feature which has come up, and which is why I said a lot of e-commerce transactions and other transactions can now take place on WhatsApp. So your payment is done. You will just get a QR code. You scan that QR code and that's it. After scanning, you can just enter the Delhi Metro. No more lines, no more queues. This is one example where I wanted to show some creativity. Just I'll let the video speak on this one.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
People love sending WhatsApp audios during Christmas. Especially in Brazil, a huge country where many people live away from their loved ones. So, when we challenged them to draw the iconic Coca-Cola bottle using WhatsApp audios, everyone went nuts. Coca-Cola Magic Audios. People just had to send a Christmas audio to the Coca-Cola chatbot using a personal instrument to draw the famous bottle. Their voices. Those who achieved it won amazing gifts to share with their loved ones. Sounds simple, right?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
So much. Over 12 million seconds of audios were sent trying to draw the bottle, and analyzing each one in only a few seconds required loads of intelligence. The artificial one. We used thousands of clustered audio contents to teach the AI to identify the waveforms and classify different shapes, sounds, and accents. 2 weeks of promotion got us more than 4 million messages sent. 100,000 new users registered in the Coca-Cola WhatsApp base. 400,000 Christmas audios sent. More than 800 gifts delivered. Now people will never stop seeing drawings in WhatsApp audios.
So basically, in this, you have to record. जो आपकी recording होगी, it has to make a shape of Coca-Cola bottle, and then जिसने shape बना लिया, you will get a gift. So that was a very, very engaging and a creative way of developing a bot. And there was some AI was also built behind it. So it really went viral in Brazil, with Coca-Cola going live on this video. Coming to some of the new features which could help you in building this engaging, creative, all the different type of journeys. So there are new templates which we have launched. Coupons, this is the first template. For example, every time there's a Diwali sale, Holi sale, any sale. In India, generally people send sales or a discount coupons, right? So now with these discount coupons, basically you can copy the coupon code from here and directly use it. Instead of us copy pasting the message or remembering the coupon code, you can directly copy it. Then there is a carousel which is now available. You can just, in the template itself, you can send some of the pictures of products and you can browse. Countdown timer, my favorite. FOMO creation is very, very popular in India. Are my discount is going to be over. Jaldi se khareed lete hain. Sort of a thing is very common, right? So now you can actually create that FOMO and put a timer. कि buy one get one है, अगर आप ले रहे हो 10 seconds में, then you can buy in 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and so on and so forth. तो अब आप वो FOMO create कर सकते हो. And then there are reminders. For example, as of now, I am in the car, maybe my meeting is starting, or I am going to be busy in some work. Then you can put a reminder कि, okay, the coupon code was really good. Yeah, buy one to get two discount deal was very good. So I want to see this again or reminded about this again. Maybe after 2 hours when I am in a cab. So there is a new template for that as well for the reminders. Coming to flows, flows is a new interactive way which we have launched. Earlier, what used to happen is the flows, or for example, you have to do appointment booking, you have to do lead generation. All these things were very difficult, but with different components which are now available within flows, all these things can be done on WhatsApp very seamlessly. Some of the use cases, store locator, lead gen, you want to order history, do you want to see support or surveys, you want to do appointment booking, and so on and so forth, has become really easy with the forms. This is one example where they're doing lead generation. For example, there is a brand who has sent out a sale, right? Discount coupon, 10% off on some of the deals. And if you want to become a member, you become a member, you give us few details. And now these details will come in terms of in form of a form. So this form will open within your WhatsApp chat window. आप उनसे कुछ भी भरवा सकते हो, नाम, email, phone number, anything, any details. You can ask them to fill. It will be going line by line, and then you will get all those details. Appointment booking, you have a salon, or you have, say, auto company, or anything at all, like in a services company, you want to book. So in case of appointment booking, again, those windows will come. You can easily book the appointment. You can have a calendar integrated. You can have time integrated. Anything which you want could come in those form of the forms within the same WhatsApp window. So I wanted to show two examples particularly for flows. This is the first example. Once you clicked on proceed, these are the flows. Now you can do anything on this window, and this is not leaving WhatsApp. This is within WhatsApp, a very, very clear and elegant experience where you are asking for a PIN code, salaried, employed or not, what is your education, range, everything you can get it filled. Like this is the most interactive journey which you can build with flows, the advanced version of any type of flows. And once you have all this, you just confirm which pack you want to buy. And that's it. It's done. So that is how easy it is to build this whole flow within WhatsApp. I'll just go to the next example, which is Apollo 24. They have used it very, very beautifully, including the search. तो आप flow में क्या कर सकते हो? That आपके पास से there are 100 tests जो एक customer ले सकता है, and you have the repository of it. Once you get all the details, आप उस repository में search भी करा सकते हो. So they are searching for a blood test. अब ये आपकी रिपोजिटरी में सर्च कर रहा है कि आपके पास कौन कौन से ब्लड टेस्ट अवेलेबल हैं. वंस दे नो, दिस इज द लिस्ट विच यू कैन शो. उस लिस्ट में से उन्होंने सेलेक्ट किया है दैट दे वांट टू डू अ सीबीसी टेस्ट, and now you can add another test also. So once you have done the checkout, this is another test. Now they want to find if you have a diabetes test or not, and so on and so forth. And then you can select all the tests which you want to do and make a payment for it using WhatsApp Pay. आप उस सेलेक्ट करके उस डेट, कौन सी डेट पे आपको वो टेस्ट कराना है. So all of those things can be integrated using flows within your WhatsApp journey and WhatsApp bot. Instead of text, this all could have been done on text earlier. कि आपको कौन सा टेस्ट कराना है, आप मैनुअली ऑप्शन देते, मैनुअली लिस्ट देते, or there is a catalog. Instead of that, you can just search. It is much more easier to do. Coming to the next piece is the payments on WhatsApp. This is another new functionality which we have launched. Earlier, what used to happen, we have seen a lot of clients or a lot of brands, businesses, they send a razor pay link. कि अगर आपको पेमेंट करना है, हमने बात कर ली है, ये फाइनल पेमेंट है, तो आप ये लो razor pay link, and now you go on that link, you leave WhatsApp, आप उस पर पेमेंट करो. So there is a lot of chance of fraud, drop off, and so on and so forth. तो बहुत churn होता था. Now with WhatsApp, you can actually send them a, say this is the final version, you select WhatsApp Pay, and then any of those methods. Within WhatsApp Pay, it's not like you have to go and pay using WhatsApp UPI only. Within WhatsApp Pay, there are other options as well. For example, credit card, net banking, cash on delivery, anything you want to add there, or any wallets, you can add those things. So you can seamlessly now make a payment without the confusion of drop off, frauds, so on and so forth. Another very interesting thing is the order details template. So this is the initial template which we have sent. So for example, आज हमने बात करी थी that, okay, this jeans is very good, or this service or subscription is very good for EdTech. I want to buy these classes. But then somebody came or I left the journey there. Then the business can send the order details template saying हमने ये बात की थी, and this is the order details template which you can see, and आपको 1400 rupees pay करने हैं. So you can directly send the template where they just have to make the payment, nothing else. And what we have seen, आपके पास कार्ड अपॉइंटमेंट है, या आपको बिल रिमाइंडर्स भेजने हैं, या आपको कैश ऑन डिलीवरी का प्री पेमेंट कराना है, या फिर कुछ क्रॉस सेल या अपसेल करना है. So these order details templates were really helpful in those cases. So this is one of the Delhi Metro flows which I wanted to show. It has everything. It has flows, it has payments, it has in-app browser as well. So Delhi Metro have used everything. So if you see the journey, it's very seamless. See, it looks like a app within WhatsApp. So this is how it will look like. You can either search or you can scroll and find. Source station, destination station, and once you have found it and how many tickets you want, you can just continue and make the payment. So you'll get pay now option. You make the payment. So this is the payment option. You make the payment. And then you will get a QR code. And that QR code, basically, you have to just go on the metro station and tap it. And that's it. So what we have seen with WhatsApp payment is 90% of the time, if a person has been talking to you, they will actually make a payment. More than 90% of the time. With the early brands who have used WhatsApp payment, we have found this analysis. Also, there is a 50% 30-day repeat purchase. So people also come back and make a purchase within 30 days of time. Now that we know what are some of the bot journeys, what are some of the features which can help you in building those bot journeys, I'll just touch upon at the end about the case studies. For example, Tata Click. Tata Click used a lot of use cases. For example, the people who have browsed them for 1 month, they have a 1 month browsing history. They know the people who have abandoned the cart. They know the people who have wish listed the item and they want to send a price drop alert to them, or they want to give a welcome coupon to any of the new users. So they have used all these different journeys for different type of people and cohorts. And what they have seen is there was a 10x ROI when they used WhatsApp as compared to any other traditional channels. This example I wanted to specifically show because Bharat Petroleum has used 13 regional languages to build their bot. And in India, if you want to go to tier 2 or tier 3, or if you want to focus on different regions, English is not sufficient enough. So they have built that multiple use cases. They have used different communication channels and also been like multilingual and seen great results. Policy Bazaar, they used WhatsApp chatbot for cross-selling of their products, for retargeting, for claim settlement process, for customer experience, and for the lead gen. So with using this, they have 30 million messages delivered per month and 5x growth in the bottom funnel metrics as compared to any other traditional channels. Car and bike, they actually were trying to sell or increase their inventory for old cars. So they created WhatsApp as a new channel itself to increase that supply. What they did is they built like a whole flow where they could ask about the location, the make, the model of the car, and then you can finally book a slot for home inspection. And so I will not like download a car and bike app or anything to do this. But if it's there on WhatsApp, it's so much easier for me to just fill those information and you can come home for the home inspection at my selected time. So that's why they saw like 50% lower cost per qualified leads and 2x higher lead conversion. And they also ran the click to WhatsApp ads to get themselves discovered. Here original, so their bot was very, very different. In this bot, they never tried. So they sell hair extension and they know the people don't know how to use hair extension. So in the bot, they actually tried to book a demo call. So you can either do a WhatsApp video call or some other medium, but generally they gave an option to do a WhatsApp video call. So once you do a WhatsApp video call, they explain you how to use those extensions. That's when they can actually sell it to you. And with this method, they saw like 52% reduction in their lead cost. So yeah, that was about it today from my end. Happy to answer any questions, or maybe we can take those questions at the end.
Yes, we'll be taking those questions towards the end, Ekta, once we are done talking to Rimjhim as well as Prajnay. And when I say Rimjhim, so let me directly go to her because I'm pretty sure a lot of questions are coming for Ekta already. A lot of them for IVR and calling also, Ajay. So we'll go there. But before even we take questions, a very simple question that most of the people might be helped with is, in all of this, in this entire WhatsApp and Meta ecosystem, where does MyOperator come into the picture, and what do you guys have to offer in terms of MyOperator WhatsApp business solution?
Right. Thanks for the question. And Ekta, as usual, a pleasure listening to you talk. Think mind-boggling on some of the features that WhatsApp is building. And and at MyOperator, we are also very, we are betting heavily on this future with WhatsApp. And we look, and when you look at the Southeast Asian landscape, right, it's primarily in India and then the rest of the APAC countries. Also, if you look at countries like emerging markets, primarily Africa, LATAM, the 90% plus of the interactions, customer interactions here are happening over call and WhatsApp. So I'm not even saying call and chat, I'm saying call and WhatsApp. And this is not just smaller businesses. We've got a Darkins here, which is a disruptive chocolate brand. We have got larger brands that works with us, for example, Lenskar, etc. So Ekta herself gave many examples of even large businesses and enterprises looking at WhatsApp as the medium to hook users. And there's a strong reason, right? India is the largest market for WhatsApp. In terms of consumer penetration, we are already number one. So if your consumers are on WhatsApp, then it makes sense that businesses are on the channel that the consumers are on. So MyOperator, just to give a bit of a history, we started as a voice first company, and our strength lies in IVR and voice solutions. So we serve over 12,000 brands, and some very much the largest brands across India, be it across the public or the private sector, work with us. Now, given that, given the fact that I just talked about, that 90% plus chat plus customer interaction is shifting to voice plus WhatsApp. And, in fact, if you look at this generation, starting with in the last 5-6 years, there's been a further evolution in customer behavior. I'll not even say 5-6 years, for the last 3-4 years, that people prefer to chat rather than to even talk. So if you look at a Swiggy, I myself feel irritated if the Swiggy delivery agent calls me. I'm like, why couldn't you have just texted and asked for my address? Because a call is intrusive. Having said that, it's not that a call is going to go away hurriedly. And I think that is where the advantage is. That whether you want to talk to a customer care agent or whether you want to chat with a customer care agent, we are building an integrated voice plus WhatsApp solution that caters to all your needs. I'll go through a deck, but it was important to set this context. And I think this is where we stand out in the market. When you combine voice and chat together, when you combine voice and WhatsApp together, it becomes a very, very powerful solution for a business. So no matter how your customer is trying to reach you, it's our platform that will come in between and make sure that the context is all there. So if a customer has contacted you over voice and then he wants to talk to you over WhatsApp, the context is passed between call to WhatsApp so that you're not losing any information. So whether your agent is handling the customer interaction on call or on WhatsApp, he has one unified customer profile. He is able to reach out seamlessly, and then there are APIs connecting voice and WhatsApp together so that the workflows can be built. So a good example can be a customer just called you and asked you for directions. And you can trigger a WhatsApp notification automatically after that with your location information. Or a customer called and said, I want to buy so-and-so service from you. And then you can trigger a WhatsApp notification with that payment information. So we are working at the intersection of this call and WhatsApp. And there's something even more interesting and exciting we're working on. We're working on a generative AI layer on top of this. So it's not just WhatsApp bots we are building WhatsApp bots powered by generative AI so that your chatbot does not even have to be manually built. Your chatbot can be auto-generated to answer the most common questions that you are manually answering today. So kind of think of a future where you say you have 2,000 call center agents. We work with companies where there are 2,000 plus agents managing their BPO. So I'm talking about a future where you might just have a 200 agent BPO, or you might have your people working on more productive things, while the rest of the 1,800 people's queries are being handled by WhatsApp itself with the power of generative AI. So let me walk you through the deck. It will probably help add, it will help you visualize what I'm talking about. So let me share my screen and go through this.
For sure.
Yeah. Just give me 1 minute here. Right, so it's a better world that we, obviously a play on the word better, but the world is actually getting better. So, chat bots are here to stay. And bots today, bots today are doing a range of functions. So if you looked at customer interaction, right? When you talk about the past, which was say 5 years back, interactiveness means that you had a human responding to the people, responding to your customers. Right now, what bots have done for you is you can, the various examples that Ekta showed, you can build that human-like interaction completely on a bot. So WhatsApp has brought in a number of features where you can sell on a bot, your entire selling. So a bot can prompt customers with the catalog. It can use AI to understand consumer preferences. So the last time you checked out shoes and you checked out red shoes. So your data and AI layer tells your bot that yes, this person prefers red shoes. So your bot can be trained to show red shoes to the user as opposed to showing him an entire catalog of shoes in which he has no interest. Then the bot can prompt him to add it to a cart, and the bot can also prompt him to make the payment. So WhatsApp has payments now. So entire journey, right from seeing the catalog to adding it to the cart to making that payment can happen online. And again, with an intelligent bot, the journey can be really super quick. That's one use case. Another use case, we have some of the largest education brands like Akash working with us on WhatsApp flows, and they use the WhatsApp flows to engage students. Again, a very useful, a very strong use case because again, when you're talking about students, typically people below 21 years, these are a digitally native generation. They are always on WhatsApp. They are always online. So if you have highly interactive bots trained to engage with them, you can kind of imagine the kind of engagement that you can generate with your students. So all of the things that you're doing manually now, so let's say, reaching out to a student or sending him emails with large clunky text material that can all be happening on a bot. You can get real-time feedback and your entire student-teacher interaction can go up a notch higher. We just talked about replacing a 2,000 people BPO with bots or augmenting that. I would not even say replacing. So, again, another just, one kind of a slightly philosophical point I'd want to make here. So a lot of people think that, once you have bots, they're going to take away human jobs. Not really. They're going to make your humans more productive. So instead of 2,000 people responding to questions or responding to calls, maybe you can retrain that workforce and make them work on more productive tasks while your bots are taking care of the most simple questions or the simple FAQs that your customers are asking. Because if you look at the trend, right, 80 to 90% of customer queries are probably can be patternized and templatized. The rest 20%, when a bot is failing to answer, you can always redirect to a human agent. We are working on this with a number of advanced BPOs where they are delivering support through both voice and chatbots. I said that, we are a voice first company. So we are deploying both voice and chatbots to reply to routine customer questions. And that, again, it makes your BPO all the more powerful. So what is the specialty of MyOperator? Why should you use a MyOperator platform for building chatbots? Well, there are other platforms obviously in the market. It is very simple. It's a drag and drop interface. And believe me, in fact, there are, Sanad can probably vouch for this. He is not a techie, he's a marketer. But, even the marketing team here, we are able to drag and drop and build chatbots in like a couple of minutes. So this in your hands. And if you have a business, say you run a grocery store or you run a salon or you run something more sophisticated, you do not even need a tech team to build your bots. Your marketers, your salespeople, your HR folks can just use the interface and build custom flows and deploy them in a couple of minutes. There's a list of features that you can do. Ekta has gone through most of them, and we cater to all the features that a WhatsApp can do for you. So be it text replies, multimedia messages, requesting intervention, which means that while the bot is talking to you at any point, an agent can intervene and then finish the conversation with your customers. Redirecting to WhatsApp payments, API requests. So there's a number of features, and of course, it can be a subject of a more detailed demo. So I talked about how we are working at the intersection of WhatsApp plus generative AI to auto-generate bots for you. These are experiments that we're already running for some of our best customers, where the bots are getting auto-generated and you are able to serve much more powerful workflows, serve much more powerful interaction to your customers. So using generative AI, some of the use cases we're able to deliver is auto-generate FAQs. So if you have been in your business for say a couple of years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, there are millions or hundreds of questions at least that you've answered with your customers. Using our generative AI method, we are able to analyze the questions and analyze this interaction that you have had with your customers and build a custom bot for you by, again, automating the most common FAQs. I said this in the beginning. There are two aspects of customer interaction when you look at the Southeast Asian market is voice plus WhatsApp. We are lucky to be in the situation where we offer both. So whether you want to support users on WhatsApp bots or you want to support user on IVR bots, we are doing both. And again, these are all unified. There's APIs connecting both, and that means you're not losing any user data. It's all on one platform. So you're not talking to, your users are not talking to multiple platforms. You're not losing data. Your data is not fragmented. You've got one reporting console. So you're able to bring your entire customer support in one place. It's no longer just a call center. It's a contact center solution with both voice and WhatsApp capabilities on top of it. One of the main aspects, one of the main reasons that people use WhatsApp is campaigns. Of course, WhatsApp now has a lot of anti-spam policies, but that's something that, that's a subject of another discussion altogether. MyOperator makes the campaigns more powerful by adding the elements of voice and SMS to it. So you can run omni-channel campaign through a simple, again, a drag and drop interface where you can reach out to your customers on WhatsApp, on SMS, on voice. So you have a unified almost a carpet approach to marketing, that obviously makes your marketing much more powerful. I talked about how you can combine voice and WhatsApp together. So I gave you this example where a customer has reached out to you to say buy a product, or he has reached out to you to make a complaint, or even he has reached out to you to say ask your location. You can trigger a WhatsApp directly after that call. That WhatsApp can fetch contextual data that can be pre-configured to then deliver the right information to the customer. So there's, it's kind of a seamless communication, right? You just talk to your customer and, now the customer doesn't have to wait that, you're going to then send him an email. No, you have got pre-configured WhatsApp messages. It can take contextual data from your call and then be auto-triggered. So you can automatically send either a survey template. So you can ask the customer to rate that call via WhatsApp chatbot. You can send location information, you can send payment information. The possibilities are endless. And now obviously with WhatsApp payment happening, it's a closed loop conversation that is happening. It's no longer just a sales call, it's a sales call to a conversion that happens on this call plus WhatsApp loop. While on the subject of campaigns, there are several more things that you can do with WhatsApp plus call. You can do click to call campaigns, you can do click to WhatsApp campaigns. Because MyOperator offers virtual numbers on which your WhatsApp and your calls can run, using these virtual numbers, associating with them with different campaigns, you can understand the efficacy of each campaign. So for instance, you can have a hoarding, let's say, install somewhere in Delhi, which features a number, and you can say click to call on this number, click to WhatsApp on this number. Then you go back to my platform and you understand how many calls or how many WhatsApp landed on that number vis-a-vis a number you posted on a hoarding in Calcutta or in Bombay. So you know which locations are working for you, what kind of creatives are working for you. Again, a very powerful feature. Something, this is a very good use case of Apollo Hospitals uses this very strongly with us. So they have multiple hoardings all across India. They have numbers where they run their click to call or click to WhatsApp campaigns, publish those numbers, and they are able to understand exactly how those numbers are working, how those hoardings are working for them. So that's it really in terms of, again, I promised to keep this short. This was mainly Meta talking to you about what you can do. And then, of course, we work with Meta as a strategic partner to enable all of these offerings for you. To know more about us, of course, you can join our WhatsApp Wednesdays group. So we run a WhatsApp community where we talk more about WhatsApp. And obviously, we'll be in touch post this webinar also to tell you more about the platform. If you're interested in a demo, do get in touch with us and we're going to solve the problems for you.
Of course, we'll do that. So we'll have this on the screen for some time. I'll anyways post the link for the group while we are taking questions. So people can click on chat and take the link from there. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Rimjhim, for taking out the time to make this PPT and talking to us through whatever we can do with call plus IVR plus WhatsApp. And now I would like to speak to Prajnay. If Prajnay, you can turn on your camera once. And would love to talk. So we have heard it from Meta about what they are bringing regarding WhatsApp to the table. We have heard it from Rimjhim regarding MyOperator क्या क्या कर रहा है WhatsApp और call और IVR के connection में. Now let's listen from a user of WhatsApp and MyOperator solutions, which is Darkins Chocolate and which is Prajnay. कि exactly from an end user perspective, WhatsApp के क्या roles हैं, क्या benefits हैं, नहीं है, क्या चीजें. Before all of that, Prajnay, because we are talking chocolate and we have been talking SaaS for some time, ये technology की बातें हो गई हैं, तो थोड़ा सा tell us about Darkins Chocolate, about yourself, and how did this happen?
Hi, Sanat. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. To give you a little brief, I am Prajnay. I am the CEO and founder of Darkins Chocolates. And what we do at Darkins is we make chocolates.
Pure chocolates.
However, how we are different is that we make absolutely clean chocolates. And we started with an objective that, chocolates should be, real chocolate should be not sugar, not palm oil. And that is what we do. हम लोग एक बीन टू बार चॉकलेट मेकर हैं, विच मीन्स कि हम लोग डायरेक्टली फार्म्स के साथ काम करते हैं एंड पूरी सप्लाई चेन पे हमारा कंट्रोल होता है. तो ऑल द इंग्रेडिएंट्स आर डायरेक्टली परचेज्ड एंड द चॉकलेट इज मेड फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है हमारा इज टू क्रिएट अ चॉकलेट ब्रांड इन इंडिया फ्रॉम इंडिया using locally sourced ingredients and which is absolutely clean. So this is in a very brief about Darkins. And to talk more about WhatsApp and how Darkins में हम लोगों ने WhatsApp का और MyOperator को use करा है. So firstly I will say that the biggest advantage जो हम लोग का WhatsApp के through है कि it is very personalized. And as marketing in sales, आप customers के और अपने consumers के बहुत close जाना चाहते हो. Like you want to be as close as possible. जहाँ पे Instagram, Facebook and बहुत सारे और channels हैं which are great broadcasting mediums, but they are not as personalized or as close to the consumer as a WhatsApp. तो हम लोग WhatsApp को काफ़ी use करते हैं अपने customer retention के लिए primarily and कस्टमर सपोर्ट में बहुत यूज करते हैं. हाउ वी हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड इज दैट जो कस्टमर है उसको बहुत ही क्विक इंटरेक्शंस चाहिए, बहुत ही क्विक सर्विस ऑफ कोर्स चाहिए, बट दे डोंट वांट टू एंगेज ऑन वेबसाइट्स एनीमोर. लाइक वेबसाइट्स प्ले अ वेरी ग्रेट गुड रोल ऑफ कोर्स, बट वो एक हाइजीन और एक ट्रस्ट फैक्टर की तरह हो गए हैं. हाउएवर more consumers are comfortable on texting on WhatsApp and where they can get relevant information at their convenience. Jahan they do not have to respond over a call to someone. Wahan pe they can wait for a few minutes and wait for either a person behind WhatsApp to respond to them or a bot to respond. So that is where WhatsApp has played a very great role for us. So how we see that personalization is extremely important. And if आपके पास customer का एक number आ गया है, then considering the number of users, almost everyone, I think इस चीज का mention एकता ने भी पहले करा था, everyone is already there on WhatsApp. So it is a great tool to leverage all the potential of any of your consumers, चाहे B2B space में है या B2C space में.
Fair enough. And क्योंकि आप WhatsApp के बारे में you have been telling कि WhatsApp कैसे यूजफुल है, and we discussed this offline also, इससे पहले कि ये तो सब लोग बात करते हैं कि WhatsApp कितना यूजफुल है, इसमें क्या क्या चीजें कर सकते हैं. So far this entire session has been around कि WhatsApp is so nice and great and it is good for engaging customers. But because you are the end user, I think you are the best person to answer this कि as a business owner आपने क्या चीजें notice करी हैं, if we can put a number to say 3 of those things जो आपने नोटिस करी है जो व्हाट्सएप मार्केटिंग करते समय डेफिनेटली यूज नहीं करनी चाहिए. आई थिंक फॉर आवर पार्टिसिपेंट्स ओवर देयर अटेंडीज ऑफ दिस वेबिनार ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है कि व्हाट्सएप के अगर 100 फायदे हैं तो कौन सी वो कुछ चीजें हैं जो नहीं करनी चाहिए जिससे उतना ही नुकसान हो सकता है.
So Sanat, that's a very valid point. Like everyone's talking about the benefits of it. जो personalization है वो एक बहुत बड़ा benefit है, and that itself is a negative as well, because it is a very personal mode of communication for most of the consumers. It can be very intrusive as well. So you do not want to alienate your customer, and कभी कभी बहुत enthusiasm में marketing and sales में लोग काफी pushy हो सकते हैं, तो वो चीज बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है. You do not want that your customers ban you on, or you know, report you on the platform. So this is one thing which is what we think that बहुत measured और बहुत ही optimized conversation होना चाहिए, and मोर देन द मनी उस कस्टमर के जो टाइम है उसकी बहुत वैल्यू रखनी चाहिए हमारे को. तो वहां पे एज सेल्स और एज मार्केटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस देनी चाहिए इस चीज को कि इट इज नॉट इंट्रूसिव एवर. सेकेंड, इट कैन नॉट बी मोनोटनस. आप सिर्फ सेल्स के पर्सपेक्टिव से कस्टमर को अगर कॉन्स्टेंटली पुश करते रहोगे या फिर मैसेज करते रहोगे तो उस तरह से प्योरली नहीं देखना चाहिए. इट शुड बी लुक्ड एज अ चैनल फॉर एंगेजमेंट, कम्युनिकेशन एंड सेल्स. एंड सेल्स में ना थर्ड रखूंगा इन द लिस्ट, बिकॉज अगर ये एंगेजमेंट और सेल्स और कम्युनिकेशन होता रहता है कस्टमर के साथ तो सेल्स अल्टीमेटली फॉलोज. तो इट कैनॉट बी वेरी मोनोटनस अगेन. It has to be more engaging, it has to be more storytelling, and it has to be a fair amount of visuals in your communication. So these are the two things जो हम लोग अपने end पे बहुत particularly unconsciously in all our communications we follow.
Fair enough. And I think these two things are very important. You are right कि क्योंकि हमारे पास access है लोगों के personal space का, we sometimes might cross the line, start exploiting, and that is where we fail, and then we get spammed and we get blocked by our consumer, because consumer को भी ज्यादा messages नहीं चाहिए उसके पास. आप अकेले नहीं होना जो कर रहे हैं, आपके जैसे और 10 brands हैं जो उसको सुबह से शाम तक अप्रोच कर रहे हैं. Makes complete sense. Before I move on to the Q&A from the audience, I just want to understand, Prajnay, from you, regarding the MyOperator WhatsApp business solution, because Rimjhim talked a lot about it and you have been using it. How has your experience been with the entire setup, with their dashboard and the technology itself?
Right. So we have been using MyOperator for a fairly long time. In fact, when we just started the company, we had used the services of IVR first, and now we are using MyOperator का जो IVR है, जो WhatsApp वाला functionality है, the API as well. And जो first use case है हमारा in the B2B space is what I would like to talk about. Two challenges that we were facing is that we have multiple people in our team who are interacting with the consumer. And these are B2B consumers who can be very small bakers या home bakers जिनकी requirement could be as low as 2 to 3 kgs of chocolate per month, to very large consumers who are running 40-50 cafes and उनकी requirement upwards of 250 kgs है. But all the conversations were being done on WhatsApp through individual numbers. जिसका चैलेंज ये हो रहा था, one, no one was actually able to monitor. जो हेड ऑफ सेल्स हैं या फिर आज मैनेजमेंट, हम लोग ये नहीं पता कर पा रहे थे कि what the conversation is happening. If a person is moving on from the team and उनका कोई client है, उनके 10, 20, 30 clients हैं, तो the conversations were being lost, the network was being lost, and moreover the relationship is being lost. With MyOperator in picture, now we have a API where we can monitor everything. How we are using it is like we have 200 customers in our database and we have 5 people working with all of them. We have tagged each of these communications, each of these relationships, each of these numbers to a certain customer care executive or a certain relationship managers. And अब एक ही जगह पे हम सारे interactions कर रहे हैं, एक ही जगह पे सारे conversations हैं. And more often than not, अब सारे जितने भी conversations हैं, they have moved from emails to a singular channel of WhatsApp, चाहे कोई PDF files हैं, चाहे कोई images हैं, चाहे कोई invoices हैं. Now everything is happening through a singular number. All communications are happening through that. And even in the case of a certain person moving on, the network, the business remains absolutely same. उसी tag को change करके X की जगह a Y individual takes place, and the continuity of business remains. Business में continuity is very important, and this is the biggest advantage that we feel कि यहाँ पे हम continuity maintain कर पाए हैं, one. And second, any oversight, like a manager wants to look into how interaction has happened, or if an intervention is required by a manager, so they can use the API platform to actually just go in and respond to a particular conversation or provide a feedback to the team. So these are the two biggest advantages जो हमने B2B space में अपने consumers के साथ leverage करे.
That sounds fine. That sounds interesting also, because you have actually told the journey कि कहाँ पहले things were not very sorted, and then eventually with the use of tech and with the use of MyOperator and WhatsApp, of course, you are able to make it streamlined. That is
Yeah.
more important. That's why we bring guests like you, the actual users of WhatsApp and MyOperator services also, क्योंकि आप लोग actually बता पाते हो कि हाँ ये implementation है based on what we say as a brand. So वो समझना कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा ऑफ हो जाता है, बट व्हेन समबडी अंडरस्टैंड्स फ्रॉम अ फेलो बिजनेस ओनर, तो वो ज्यादा इजीली समझ आता है. But thank you so much, Prajnay, for highlighting all of those things. And we'll now take up the questions that we have. Ekta, if you are around, if you can turn on your video for a second. I understand there's a crunch of time for Ekta, so I'll take a couple of questions that I could figure out. You only best can answer, and then we'll move on to questions that Rimjhim and Prajnay can probably take. So I have something from Mohammed Imran Khan. He WhatsApp banned number due to third party app. I'm sure you understand it with the immediate context. Somebody was using a third party app, not sure which one, but the number and solution got banned. What should be done in this case and how to avoid this? I think that is the larger question.
Yeah. So I think like I've heard this question a lot of times from people. So I'll answer the first question. The first part of it is very easy. You have to just raise a ticket if you think it's not a genuine ban and you have not done anything which is against the policies and legal compliance. You should definitely raise a ticket. And if you are using a BSP or any third party, they can also raise a ticket on your behalf. So that's what you can do for now. But in future, if you don't want to get banned, I would encourage everyone to read all the policies, comply by it. There are certain verticals which are not allowed. So take care of those verticals, not to send those messages. Last but not the least, don't spam people, because if your quality goes down, if the elections are coming up, if you're not complying with the election policies, if you are actually reaching out to the people who have not opted in, those are some of the very frequent causes of ban. Because if your rating or the quality of your account is good, there is a lower probability of you getting banned. So that's the larger answer I could give you to proactively avoid banning.
Understandable. And I think the other question which you must have again heard several times, and I remember this because the last sessions that we have done with you, this is the first question that comes up. WhatsApp and WhatsApp green tick, and my application got banned, it got rejected, or how to apply for it. So if you can just give a quick overview. For that matter, we are going to publish a video very soon on YouTube around this on my operator channel. But Ekta, if you can quickly take a minute and let people know if they got rejected, what to do, and that will be helpful.
It's a very simple answer. There is a whole process which is there. It's nothing different for anybody, any business who wants to do the business verification done. They need to go through the same process. I have pinged the link on chat for everyone to go through that process. It's common across all brands. So please follow the process to get the business verification done.
Sounds about right. In fact, I was about to say the same thing. It's a very straightforward process, and people can make use of it. I don't see any specific WhatsApp questions which for which I should hold you. I would have loved for you to continue the session with us and answer these questions, but I understand time is a crunch. So thank you so much, Ekta, for joining us today, and thank you for all the information you have given. I hope Rimjhim and Prajnay will cover for you and answer these questions for us. But again, thank you so much for joining us today evening.
Thank you, Pranav. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ekta. And now, Rimjhim, hopping on to a few questions that are very direct in marketing point of view. But before that, there is something for my operator. I think two people have asked this. How can I push notifications after the call ends over WhatsApp directly? Shubham says that we are currently users of my operator as a calling solution in our company. There is someone person very initially they asked in chat also. They want to send a message immediately after a call. So how do people do that?
So that is possible. Just drop a mail to your respective account manager. We have got a product called XCOM or extended communication. They'll set it up for you again. A matter of minutes setup. Obviously, your WhatsApp verification has to be done. So that takes whatever time that that Meta takes on this. So your WhatsApp account will have to be linked and your business manager will have to be verified. After that, it's a matter of a few minutes where XCOM can be set up. You can set up any configurable message. Like I said, when I was talking about it. So that message will be automatically triggered after every call and your customer will get the message. You can also control various settings, like if you don't want to turn it off for certain calls or you want to send different messages based on who is calling. So all of those configurations are also possible. So two steps really. One is you sign up with with a WhatsApp Business API account with us. There you go through the Facebook Business Manager verification process, the entire WhatsApp onboarding process. And then after that, we set up this call plus WhatsApp solution for you. So the best way you can do it is you reach out to your account manager and ask him for help on this. If you're facing any problem, we are going to reach out to you after this webinar anyway with contact details. So you can respond back to us and we'll connect you to the right technical team to set this up for you.
Sounds about it. And an extension to this, Dhanit Patel did ask, they asked the first question as well. What are the prices? And you have told them how to go ahead with this, but what are the prices that will be circling around this? If you can give them a rough figure.
Like our basic WhatsApp pricing per month starts at $9.99 per month, but there are special discounts available for customers, which is a much steeper discount. Number one, number two, and then WhatsApp charges you on a per message basis. So there is a per message cost which ranges from a 40 paisa to an 80 paisa depending on what kind of message you're sending. So there are different messaging cost slabs for if it's a utility message versus if it's a campaign message versus if it's just a service message. So that's the crux of it. There's a basic platform fee which is very subsidized for our customers, and then there's a per message charge that Meta charges you. Similarly to like what an SMS works, right? Only WhatsApp costs are generally lower than SMS costs.
Fair enough. That makes all sense. Next question again. So I'm taking everything that is related to my operator engine with you directly. Can we take acknowledgements on WhatsApp through my operator where we have 400 plus clients? I'm assuming acknowledgement like say when you are delivering something, take an acknowledgement that yes, this was done. So in any process, can people reply on WhatsApp maybe? And that can be taken as an acknowledgement.
Yeah. That's so so that totally depends on your business process. So there is a customer working with us called ShipZip. ShipZip is a logistics company. They do their entire documentation versus via WhatsApp with their logistics provider. So they are a logistic aggregator company, and then they need to take documentation from their service providers. The entire documentation, entire acknowledgement, the entire onboarding happens on WhatsApp. So if as a business, you are comfortable with a WhatsApp-based authentication and onboarding or taking an acknowledgement, we can simulate that process for you. We can build a chatbot for you that can take an acknowledgement. If you want to take a document, WhatsApp supports the upload of documents. If you want to if you want them to reply saying, I confirm, that can be done. So all of that can be done at our end. You tell us your business process, we are going to build a chatbot for you. It's that simple.
Makes sense. And then second last question that we have for today is from Manish. Can we utilize WhatsApp as a communication tool for political campaigns instead of using it for marketing purposes only?
So their Meta has certain restrictions on usage in political campaigns. We'll have to look at it on a case-to-case basis.
Completely, because that's actually a very sensitive thing.
Yeah, that's sensitive. And there are government restrictions also on it that Meta and MyOperator both have to comply to on what you can do, what you can't do. So again, a case-to-case basis, if you reach out to us after this webinar, we can get you connected with the right team, legal teams on both Meta and MyOperator, and then look at your case and give you advice.
Sounds fair. Let's take a little less technical question for once. And I think both Prajnay and you can lend your brain to this one. Somebody asked that they are a travel company apparently, and their domain is roadbus.in. They are working in bus ticket booking platform. So I think both of you, because you are users of WhatsApp, you're not just the seller of WhatsApp engine, but you yourself are the user of WhatsApp. So both of you, can you give a few tips to this person, Firoz? How can they set up or how can they use WhatsApp for a bus ticket booking app? What all can they do? Prajna, if you want to take lead on this and share a few points on usage of WhatsApp.
Sure, Sanat. So I think there's already a proven case जो एकता ने share करा था, which was around both DMRC and Bangalore Metro, where right from selecting a certain journey and getting options around it, plus making payments was all visible on it. So a similar journey can be created for a consumer on WhatsApp, from a consumer perspective, I think that will be very splendid. So this is something further how it can happen, how the flows can be done. That is something Rimjhim and you guys would be able to advise on better. But there's definitely a very strong use case for something like this.
Rimjhim, I think you can add the marketing bits to it because Prajna is right. With the DMRC example, it's very evident that this can be done. But how do we
This is not a marketing use case. It's a very, very good utility use case. So I'm not going to add the marketing bits to it. I'm going to add the utility bits to it. And it's exactly the kind of use case that both Meta and us are, excuse me, are promoting more. Because so utility. So kind of, we can set up a chatbot for you where your entire ticketing can happen online. So you basically have a WhatsApp bot. So someone says hi. You can ask, which journey. So let's say you offered them across 5 routes, right? And the 5 routes can come, and then the person can select the route. You can give them the ticket, and then the ticket itself can be bought on WhatsApp because there's WhatsApp payment. And in return, a PDF document can be auto-generated and go to the end user. So exactly the kind of utility use cases. I gave an example of ShipZip where we are doing the entire onboarding. There's an example of Darkins where cataloging, etc., happening on WhatsApp. There's an example of Akash where student engagement is happening. Like that, this is a utility use case. Campaigns, etc., are very straightforward case. You can always do campaigns on WhatsApp, but that's done and dusted. But if you're giving them utility on WhatsApp, right? Because your consumers are, your end users are all on WhatsApp. So if you're giving them a super useful way of booking a ticket via a chatbot, you are going to stand out from the 100 other bus ticket booking or ticket booking applications that are already there, who are still sticking to the website journals. Because come to think of it, in 2-3 years time, you'd see that chatbots start replacing websites as the most preferred way of consumer interaction. So if you want to be ready for that, let's have a conversation. Let's build that ticketing app together. I think this will be a challenge we would also love to work on.
Completely makes sense. So I think roadbus.in will probably be looking forward to speaking to you soon. We have an interesting question around AI. You touched base upon this topic, Rimjhim, in your presentation. That can we use AI in chatbot in WhatsApp? What do we expect from MyOperator in the coming days on this?
All right. So I'm not going to let the entire cat out of the bag because there are certain business secrets and it's a lot of projects are going on. But just to kind of sum it up on what we are doing, what we are doing is very powerful. I'll talk about the thing that you can expect in the next 6 months before rather than talking about the longer roadmap, which is obviously still in the making. In the next 3 to 6 months time, you can see us having an auto builder capability. So we can analyze your, all the customer interaction that you have had, be it across voice, be it across chat, and auto build a chatbot for you. So you do not also have to manually. So what I was talking about right now, the capability that we give you, that you build a chatbot manually using a drag and drop interface. And we're talking about a future where you don't have to even use a drag and drop interface. Where we are going to read all the questions that you answered to your customers so far and auto build a chatbot for you, which will be able to answer the most common questions. So that is something we are building in the shorter run. In the longer run, we are thinking that a bot will not be just be able to support customer support, but will be also be able to drive commerce. So think of a future where a bot is able to sell. So right now you buy on the Amazon website. So we're talking about a future, like for example, for road bus, you're no longer selling tickets on website, right? It's a bot selling tickets for you. So we're talking about more about a future where more and more customers will be selling through bots, and we are enabling that future.
Sounds about right. It's a lot of hideous and secretive message from you that a lot of big stuff is coming. I think for those who want to understand what is MyOperator going to do in the coming days, should definitely visit the website, become a sign up for our blogs, because our blogs and our newsletters, वहाँ पे आपको most of the information मिल जाएगी कि what are we coming up with, and all these latest updates can be found on our social media channels and the likes. Before I wind up, just a couple of questions. I think it is from Rahul Gupta only, so both of them. A is WhatsApp Business API integrated with Zoho. So being a Zoho partner, I think Rimjhim, you can answer that.
With Zoho CRM, yes, we can
Good.
integrate with Zoho CRM. If it is Zoho CRM that you're asking about, then yes, the answer is yes.
Fair enough. And Rahul is willing to ask that what would it cost, again, an average, to build a solution like Apollo 24/7, where they had that search option, if I remember the PPT correctly, where you can search the catalog within the same thing, book the entire appointment, and pay it forward.
So difficult to give a cost here. It will have to. I'm not giving a political answer here, but really difficult to assess the entire requirement because your case might be very different from Apollo. So there are two costs here, right? So one, there will be a one-time build charge for building that chatbot out for you, and second, there will be an ongoing operating charge of supporting that platform. So it could cost a couple of lakhs or more, but it all depends on the use case. Apollo, of course, the spend is much higher. But I'm
Correct.
assuming that if it's a smaller use case in Apollo, then it might be a few lakhs. But again, I don't want to give an estimate here without understanding the entire thing.
Fair enough, and that's actually very right also, because end of the day, it's a solution that you are taking. Solutions cannot come as a retail unit that you buy a pack of chips and you get a pack of chips.
Yes.
It has to be a
Custom solution. So yes, it has to be kind of assessed that way.
fair enough. But yeah, that will be all I think in terms of questions that we have today. Guys, do find other answers such as how to get a WhatsApp green tick. I haven't taken those questions very specifically because you can find them in our blog section on the website. You can find them on our YouTube. You can even find them on our social media if you follow us on LinkedIn. We keep posting around these things a lot. And these are the channels where you can find a lot of information from MyOperator and also what is going to happen as you asked in the future can be taken from the newsletter. So you can subscribe to them too. And that will be it, Rimjhim, for today. Thank you again, Prajnay, also for joining us for this evening. We extended a little bit, but this was much fun to speak to you guys. And WhatsApp as a topic again, every time we bring WhatsApp out of the bag, it's always a new thing to talk about, some new examples, some interesting stories. And being a user, we can all relate to it.
Yeah, all I can say, that we are building a very, very exciting future. Especially with WhatsApp and generative AI coming together, and plus we already had the voice capability. So all of these three coming together, we could, and I'm like I said, be it for roadbus.in or for the other businesses here, let's build some cool use cases together. And I'm sure that the future will be much more interesting than it is right now.
For sure. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. It was a pleasure speaking to you. And thank you, attendees, for staying till the end and being with us.
Thank you.
So much, guys.
Thanks, Anat. Thanks, Raju.
Thanks
Bye.
for